I will not be able to do this. Raise your hands, please. Wow. Okay, now let me change this question and ask it in another way. How many of you said it is impossible, but then overcame the old challenges and achieved the success? Let me see your hands, please. As we saw, compared to the first question, and the second time, amount of the raised hands were decreased. But why? What was the reason? One of the biggest and the main reason is words. You may ask, words? Yeah. Actually, words have a magical power. They can bring either the greatest happiness or deepest despair. Words which discourage us to have an opportunity to face the real success. Like, hopeless, no way, unachievable, or impossible. And other words associated with this idea are heard a lot of times by all of us during a day. So once, I even took notes and counted these types of words. And I heard 19 times from TV, from radio, in public transportation, at school, and even chatting with my friends on social media. And now, just imagine how many times you have heard this during your life. Have you ever thought that the phrases and words you hear can unconsciously change your entire life? 2 months ago, I was in such a situation. I even lost myself and couldn't see any positive thing in my surrounding. For me, everything was falling upward. I was broken, and the word future lost its meaning. And all my personality, my school grades, and my school attendance, they all were crashed down. I didn't have any interest to deal with all those challenges and didn't have any hope to become a better person. So now, probably most of you have a question and focused on that specific situation that I had. But only few of you have empathized what I felt at that moment and remembered your own feelings. I cannot tell that, even though the reasons were different, but the feelings were similar. The thing is that our results could be different, as Vincent van Gogh's last drawing, The Wit with Crows, as Ernest Hemingway's last book, The Old Man and the Sea. Or a person who grew up in our motherland, who had got a great role in Azerbaijan's development. Murtuza Muhtarov, his last breath, in his lovely castle, which he has built for his lovely wife. Or just a simple girl, with fair hair and apple face, standing on the last floor of the building, hugging her doll and thinking about her life and future. According to the World Health Organization, every 40 seconds, one person chooses the wrong way. But me. 2 months ago, I created a future. I created my current life. That was a future for those days. It was not predictable for that time. So step by step, I have built a brighter future, greater future. Everything was slightly going to the end. But what happened? Why am I here standing in front of you and talking to you? All of a sudden, I met a person who assured me that there is no future before I created. That person told me that even right now we have lots of options. We are choosing to breathe or not, to leave or not, to go on or stop. Every made decision creates new future. For most of you, that person can be your parent, your professor at your university, or just a friend. But in my story, that person doesn't exist. It was all my inner voice. At that point, I understood that every single thing is in our own hands. We can choose what we're talking about. At the same time, instead of feeding ourselves with negative words, we should carefully choose what to read, watch, and hear. And something strange happened in my life. One word, only one word was gone from my dictionary. The word impossible. Our feelings, motives, and decisions are actually powerfully influenced by our own past experience, and they all stored in our mind. Our mind? Yeah. Our mind is actually a powerful thing. When we fill it with positive thoughts, our life will start to change positively. When we understand the power of words and realize that we can choose what to speak and think, our lives can be transformed. Believe in yourself. Take on your challenges. Dig deep within yourself to conquer fears. Never let anyone and anything to bring you down. You got to keep going. In your story, you can just easily give up, or you can build a castle in the sky. Thank you for listening. Thank you so much.